Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Believe it or not, Cowboys might have hope yet after chaotic win at Washington. A rare win as a double-digit underdog came just in time to let the Dallas Cowboys believe their playoff hopes aren't completely gone in 2024. Cooper Rush probably will need 3 more victories in a row, filling in for the injured Dak Prescott for any postseason talk to be realistic. The thing is, the Cowboys, 4-7, could be favored in 2 of those games, and already are by 4 points as an annual Thanksgiving Day host against the New York Giants, 2-9, on Thursday, according to BetMGM. The video player is currently playing an ad. Not to mention the losing record at the moment for each of the next 4 opponents for the defending NFC East champions, playoff qualifiers each of the past 3 seasons. The Cowboys have a chance to make something of the improbable and chaotic 34-26 win at Washington that ended a 5-game losing streak. Behind the 8 ball, Micah Parsons said, the star pass rusher acknowledging the reality that Dallas hadn't done much yet. Let us see how we can handle adversity and see if we can make a playoff run. But we got a long way to go. It was a start, though, powered in part by the best 55 minutes from the Dallas defense since the opener, when the Cowboys dismantled Cleveland and looked the part of a Super Bowl contender. The last 5 minutes for the Dallas defense against the Commanders looked a lot like most of the 9 games after that 33-17 victory over the Browns. Which is to say, not very good. Jayden Daniels easily drove Washington 69 yards to a touchdown before throwing an 86-yard scoring pass in the final seconds to Terry McLaurin, who weaved through 5 defenders when a tackle might have ended the game. The Cowboys kept a 27-26 lead thanks to Austin Seibert's second missed extra point, and withstood another blunder when Wanya Thomas returned an onside kick recovery for a TD rather than slide and leave one kneel down from Rush to end the game. Dallas will have to remember it did hold a dynamic rookie quarterback's offense to 251 yards before the madness of the ending in the Cowboys' biggest upset victory since 2010 at the New York Giants. That one was too late to save the season. This one might not be. We needed it, embattled coach Mike McCarthy said. It has been frustrating, no doubt. We've acknowledged that. We've got another one right around the corner here, so we have to get some wins and get some momentum. Rush ended a personal 3-game losing streak with his best showing since the previous time he won as the replacement for Prescott, who was out for the season after surgery for a torn hamstring. Jordan Lewis said what every Cowboys fan was thinking on Cavante Turpin's TD. Has everyone got their lungs back? The closing minutes of the Dallas Cowboys' pulsating victory over the Washington Commanders were impossible to keep track of. The final 3:09 of regulation featured a whopping 33 points, and somehow Dallas never relinquished its lead. Cowboys fans undoubtedly started to sweat after Jayden Daniels led a 9-play 69-yard drive that culminated in a touchdown and 2-point conversion to make the score 20-17. Up 2 scores, the Cowboys softened up their coverage and let Washington score too quick. That's when Cavante Turpin happened. Turpin actually let the ensuing kickoff bounce between his legs. The ball rolled all the way to Dallas' 1-yard line. Needing to improvise with Washington's gunner team closing in, Turpin was as cool as ever. He executed a video game spin move that created a gaping running lane, turned on the Jets, and before you could blink he was celebrating in the end zone 99 yards later. A number of teammates showered Turpin with praise after the win. Jordan Lewis led that charge, but gave the star return specialist a backhanded compliment that all Cowboys fans can relate to. Lewis hit the nail on the head. It was incredibly audacious of Turpin to uncork a spin move at his own 10-yard line. There are maybe a handful of players in the NFL who can get away with that, and yet Turpin bamboozled 6 Commanders special teams gunners with the crafty change of direction. Seriously. If you pause the clip at the 6-second mark, you'll notice that Turpin's spin wiped out a half dozen Washington players. Once I hit the spin move and I got through, I knew for sure it was a touchdown, Turpin said of the highlight reel touchdown, via Tommy Yarish of the team's official website. A number of Cowboys maintained their blocks downfield and Turpin did the rest by clocking a top speed of 21.35 miles per hour, per next-gen stats. It was the third fastest top speed on a kickoff return this season, and he is now responsible for 3 of the 20 fastest speeds by a ball carrier in 2024. Saquon Barkley is the only other player with 3 in the top 20. Let's not lose sight of the fact that Turpin picked the ball up with one hand. His composure was on display before he hit the coldest spin move you will ever see. Again, it can't be overstated that Turpin took out more than half of a special teams unit with the twirl. Myles Garrett's blunt reaction to Micah Parsons' game against Commanders. Cleveland Browns defensive end Myles Garret and Dallas Cowboys pass rusher Micah Parsons have proven to be 2 of the top defensive players in all of the NFL, and that continued in Week 12. On Thursday Night Football, the Browns defeated the Pittsburgh Steelers 24-19 in blizzard-like weather, a game Garret finished with 3 sacks and a forced fumble. Meanwhile, the Dak Prescott-less Cowboys ended their 5-game skid against the Washington Commanders with a 34-26 win in the nation's capital in one of the most chaotic finishes you may ever see. Parsons had one of his better games of 2024, recording a season-high 8 tackles and 2 sacks. On Monday, Parsons took to social media to celebrate his performance with an Instagram post. It included multiple photos of himself at the game, along with a highlight clip and a picture of Russell Crowe's character Maximus from the movie Gladiator. Garret took notice of Parsons' play in the win and left his thoughts in the comment section. "This what we've been waiting on," Garret wrote. Both Garret and Parsons have been elite over the previous 3 seasons, with the Cowboys star joining the league in 2021. In that time, both have made an All-Pro team each year while ranking toward the top of the league in sacks. But Garret, the number 1 pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, has one-upped the former Penn State standout, winning the 2023 Defensive Player of the Year. The Cowboys and Browns met in Week 1, with Dallas stealing a win on the road by a final score of 33-17. Still, both teams own a losing record going into Week 13 and both teams pulled off an upset win over teams with a record above .500 in Week 12. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Myles Garret? Leave your opinion in the comments.